Next time you're at Dollar Tree, head out to the kitchen aisle because their flexible cutting mats are awesome for crafting. Yes, they're great for the kitchen, but let me show you what we're going to do today. They come two in a pack, and I love that fact. And what I love is that although they are okay for cutting, I think they're better for crafting, friends. So we're just going to put one to the side, and we're going to bring in one of these jars. These are just one of those candle holders or vases that you can find at Dollar Tree year round. We're going to wrap the flexible mat around it, and then we're going to mark to start cutting. We're going to cut from both sides, from the height as well as the width, because we want to make sure that it fits nicely around the jar for what we need it for. And now that I have it cut to size, I'm just going to cut the top portion in a wavy wave. Of course, you can do whatever you want. You can leave it flat. I just thought adding a little bit of design would work really nicely. We're going to bring in my alien tape. If you don't know what alien tape is, you're missing out. I got this one on Amazon and it is amazing. It sticks so good. Cut two pieces, place it on the back, one on top of each other, and then we're just going to wrap up the mat right around it, and then making sure that it attaches to the alien tape, just like that. All right, now we're going to take a ribbon. Now this is where you can add whatever you want around it, whatever you want, whatever color scheme. I like this striped red and white ribbon, so we're just going to wrap it around, and then we're going to cut another piece and make a very simple bow. I like looping it like an awareness ribbon. We're going to scrunch it in the middle, tie it with some string, cut off the excess, and then we're going to hot glue it to the center of the face. I thought about adding greenery and maybe a few other things, but I'm just going to leave it simple, and I'm just going to add a bell right in the center. These battery operated candles are from Dollar Tree, and I love them. They come with the batteries already, and they flicker, friends. Oh my word, they look so good, and it fits perfect inside the vase. Wow, what an easy craft. What a great way to use these flexible mats, and what a beautiful craft. But what do you think? Let me know down in the comments. For this next Dollar Tree DIY craft, we are going to take it to my Cricut machine. But if you don't have a Cricut, that's okay. I'm going to show you a way you can do something similar without a cutting machine. All right, so I designed this in the design space, and it's going to look like a bookmark with my daughter's name. That's also going to double as a Christmas gift tag. So we're just going to rip it apart, basically just removing the design from it. And it does take a little bit because, like I said, it doesn't cut all the way, but I enjoy this process. So I'm just going to do that and speed it up here for you, and then reveal her name. We are going to place a nice, beautiful Christmas style craft paper behind it. So I'm going to trace it to the back of the paper and then cut it. And this is what we're going to place underneath, so that way you can see that nice design under it. And then I'm just going to stack them on top of each other, and I'm going to trace the circle on the top, and then we're just going to cut that, and that's where we're going to thread the ribbon. And I'm going to use one of these Dollar Tree ribbon. We're just going to thread it through, and we're going to make a simple knot, although you can make a bow if you'd like. Again, this is going to work as a Christmas gift tag, so you can write who it's from in the back, and of course the name shows who it's for. Now, if you do not have a cutting machine, I promised you we're going to do something similar here. We're going to make a smaller gift tag, and we're just going to cut the flexible cutting mat into the gift tag style, and then we're going to trace it on the back of the cardstock paper, just like we did earlier. And similarly to the one before, instead of just tracing the circle, we're just going to use the hole puncher. That's it. Cut it through and then trace or thread some of the ribbon right through it. For this one, we're going to make it a little different. We're just going to add a little bow because I think it looks kind of cute. But again, you can use this as a gift tag, and then you can write it either on the back or on the craft paper, whatever you'd like. We're going to angle cut the excess, and look how adorable this is. Again, if you don't have a cutting machine, this is a great alternative. How gorgeous are these? I love the fact that they are so versatile and they're so unique. But what do you think? Let me know down in the comments. For this next Dollar Tree DIY craft, we are going to take this piece of scrap wood. This was in my garage, And we're just going to sand it smooth using my sanding block from Dollar Tree. And then, of course, we want to dust it really well because we want to paint it. So I like to dust with a brush first and then wipe it clean. I'm going to paint it in this beautiful red by Waverly in the crimson. And I'm going to do all the sides, including the back. While it's dry, I'm going to use my Cricut again. And I'm going to make the design of a snowflake. You can do whatever other design you like. You can also use the carbon paper method that I've showed you many times before. So I'm just going to, again, rip it apart. That sounds awful. We're just basically pulling it apart, and then we are going to have the snowflake. I'm going to use my fingers and my nails to kind of give it a little bit of a curl because I do want it not to be flat on the wood. Now we're going to take the piece of wood and we're going to distress it. You can skip this part, of course. I tried doing it with the sanding block, but it wasn't distressing as much as I'd want it. So then I move on to my electric sander, and it worked really well. So I'm just going to distress all the edges, the front and the back. Again, you can skip this part if you do not like the distressed look. We're going to wipe it really well again, and this is where we're going to place the snowflake. It's going to be such a beautiful but simple craft. All right, we're going to take this upholstery tack that you can find at Dollar Tree. We're going to place the snowflake right there in the center, and then we're just going to hammer the tack right in. I like that the tack is that beige color, and it kind of complements the distressed look of the board. We're going to add some of these felt pads underneath. That way, if we place it on top of a mantle or a tabletop or a countertop, it's not going to scratch it. I love using these. You can find them at Dollar Tree. If you take a large one and you cut it into fours, it creates a nice squared end, and that way you can add it to the corners. Just like that. How gorgeous is this? I'm telling you, the simplest crafts are the best. I love the way this turned out, but what do you think? Let me know down in the comments. For the next Dollar Tree DIY craft, we're going to take one of these framed boards. They come in all different sizes and shapes at Dollar Tree year round. I'm going to remove the beads from it, but of course, don't throw them away. You can reuse these for other crafts. I'm going to drill a hole on the bottom right corner. This is because we are going to thread these LED lights. I get these on Amazon, and they are in my Amazon store, which is linked in the description box if you're interested in looking at it. I'm going to open them up, light them up, and I'm just going to thread them from the back to the front. The battery pack is going to stay in the back, so I'm just going to hot glue it. And then the remaining cord, I'm just going to tape it with some Dollar Tree tape. Very easy. Now I'm going to tape the lights in the front using some clear tape. This is just like gift wrapping tape. I'm just going to zigzag it all the way to the top. Now that the lights are attached, I am going to measure to know exactly how big of a cutting mat I need to cut. So I am going to just mark and then cut with my scissors, and then I am going to place it on my cutting mat for the Cricut Joy Extra. I did the same thing that I did earlier, except I just grabbed the shape of a square and sized it to the size of the frame. I'm going to let the machine do its wonderful thing, and then I'm going to show you how this cuts these mats. So it doesn't automatically separate it for you. You have to kind of then pull it apart. It comes out perfectly fine. It just won't cut up completely towards the bottom. So just keep that in mind. I'm going to now place the mat right on top of the frame, hot gluing it around the edge. Now I want to create a beautiful design. Now you can do whatever you want to the front of this. I decided to go with the nativity scene. I love using these for Christmas. Jesus is the reason for the season. So I grabbed one of the already designs on a Cricut Design Space, and I'm just going to cut it to the size that I need. I'm going to use a red vinyl, but again, you can use any design and color you want. I'm going to weed it out, very fun, and then I'm going to use some transfer tape once again, place it on top, use the scraper to attach it to the tape. I'm going to remove the back paper, and then we're going to place it right in the front of the frame. Again, use any color. You can even use words, Merry Christmas, Joy to the World, whatever you want. I'm going to transfer it, and then we are going to cover the edge with this beautiful pom-pom ribbon from Walmart. I'm just going to hot glue it all around. Breathing air that clears my mind. I'm all for a good start. I hear the jingle bells, people singing about love. It feels like I'm a kid. This is looking so beautiful and so festive. All right, so now we're going to use the remaining portion of that pipe cleaner. I'm just going to hot glue it to the back and also tape it. That way it's going to be nice and secure. And I gotta tell you, this one's stunning. I love the way that lights look underneath. I love that it has a nativity scene, and I love the color scheme. But what do you think? Let me know down in the comments. I have another video here for you with tons more Dollar Tree DIY crafts inspiration. Check it out. I'll see you later and have a blessed day. Bye.